Hello everyone. So here in this video I'm going to show you the recent animation that I created, and for that I first created the drawing painting in Procreate, and I'll just show you a quick recap of that. So it's just sketch of a very simple spacecraft, and it's just showing that it is capturing some cows and then going away. So simple shapes, simple color scheme, and this is how I created the drawing. Now I'll just explain you a little bit about this. So under layers, if you will see, all my characters are on different layers. The moon, the trees, the fence, house, everything is on a different layer. All the cows, the spacecraft, the light that is coming from it, everything is on a different layer. So it'll be easy for me to animate it on Procreate Dreams. So now I'm going to open my Procreate Dreams, and I'm going to open a new screen. I'll take this one, and I'm going to import my Procreate files here. So I'll just click on this, and I'm going to drop and drag it over here, and everything is going to be imported like this. Okay, now I want to change the pixels over here. So let's go to Procreate Dreams. Here I'll go to canvas, crop and resize. Let me see, I don't remember what settings I had for them. So 1668 and 2388. Okay, so let's go to Dreams, Properties. This is 1668, and what was it again? 2388. This is, yes, 2388. 2388. Done. Now you will see it is more or less the same size. It will very easily fit inside this. Now we're going to animate it over here. So once the adjustments are done, let's come to this area where we see our folder of all the layers and everything. So now here, let's convert the layers into tracks. We're going to click on it, and you will get an option of convert layers to track. And you will see everything that we had on a different layer in Procreate is in a form of a track over here. All these cows are on different tracks so that you can animate them individually. Now, one more thing I wanted to do here was, okay, so I did not adjust the time. It is saying 30 seconds. I feel I want this to be for around 60 to 90 seconds. So we can change that here also. Let's close the group and go back to Dreams and Properties, duration to 1 minute 30 seconds, and done. Now, so we have that, but this is empty. I want this track to be for the whole duration. So we have this new option called as fill duration. Still, it is not coming when you do that. That means we have to individually fill the duration for every track. So let's quickly do that. And now the timeline is from 0 to 90 seconds. Okay. So we're going to start animating now. So the very first thing is for the spaceship. So let's go to that layer where we have the spaceship. And I need my pencil now. So I want the spaceship to enter the scene, maybe after a few seconds. I'm going to place it just outside in the background. Now I'm going to keep it maybe at around 5 seconds here. Right, so the cursor is somewhere around 5 seconds. So after 5 seconds, the spacecraft will enter the scene, and I want it to enter like zoom zoom, a quick movement. So let's click on the perform button. It says ready, and I'm just going to give it a quick movement like this. I'm going to stop perform, and I'm going to check if it is coming out quickly or not. See, this is what I want. So once it enters the scene, I want it to move a little to and fro at its own place. Something like that. And then adjust its space. Okay, so around 10 seconds, the spacecraft is taking its place. So let's check that out one more time. 5 seconds, spacecraft enters. It's going to give it a little wiggle and adjusts its position. Okay, good. Now we'll wait. The animation for the spacecraft has been done. Now here the light will enter once the spacecraft takes its place. So I'm just going to move it around like 12 or 13 seconds. The light will enter. Now I want the light to beam out from the spacecraft. It should not just appear. The spacecraft is there and then the light appears. So I want it to beam out. So for that, what I'm going to do here is I'm going to change the anchor point. So edit anchor and bring that plus sign to the center of the light, somewhere in the center of the spacecraft. So what will happen here is click on done and you will see that you can move the light like this. It's going to beam out. So I'm going to close the light. It's somewhere inside the spacecraft. We'll click on the perform button and the light is going to come out. Zoop, like that. Let's check that. That's good. Okay, now again, I want the light to keep on changing its color here. So here what I'm going to do is, once it is completely in its form, let's click on the filter action and I'm going to go to HSB and see, this is what I want the light to be. You know, it's going to stay in the hues of this orange and blue and green, but it is going to keep on changing its color. So let's click on the ready action perform button, sorry, and we're going to just keep on changing the color, and this is going to happen throughout the animation. Now we want the cows to move. So in the drawing, I made it like this, but what we're going to do here is the cows are going to be present in the scene from the very beginning. I'm just going to bring it down, rotate it, and as if the cows are sleeping here or they're just in their resting mode. Okay, and the fourth one is here only. All right, so once the spacecraft enters and the light is beamed out, then the spacecraft will start picking up the cows one by one. So this is around 20 seconds. The first cow will be picked up. So we'll start from 20 seconds, keeping the cursor at 20 seconds. And now I want the cow to go in this direction, and it also needs to keep on rotating like this, and it also, change its shape. I mean, size, not shape. I want it to become a little bit smaller as it goes inside. So now for performing that action, here again, I'm going to go to the perform button and let this cow maybe come to this point here, and then I'm going to stop the perform button. And again, here I am going to go to move and scale. You form this keyframe here, and we start from 20, so around 30 seconds, somewhere around 30 seconds, it's going to go up here. Like this, and also the size will be decreased like that. So I formed the key frames without pressing the perform button. I just attached two keyframes over there, and just to guide the direction of the movement. See, the cow is getting picked up. It's going to give it a small halt, and you will see the cow is getting smaller and smaller and going inside the spacecraft. Although the cow, you can see above the spacecraft, we're going to adjust that. Okay, now the third thing I wanted to do was the cow should rotate also while it is on its path. So let's click on the perform button. Let's click on the cow. Let's go to this curve that we see around one of these corners. You can rotate it from any of these four corners. We'll just keep on rotating it. And I think that is good. Okay. So let's check the final animation of the very first cow. There you go. Now from 30 seconds onwards, I want the next cow to start its movement. The same thing, click on perform, move the cow a little bit, come out of that, going to add in keyframe over here. At around 40 seconds, the cow is going to go inside the spacecraft. The size will be reduced, and then the rotation, undo. So this one is getting a different kind of movement. Okay, let's do the perform thing one more time. So this is all something you can just be playful and think of some good actions for the cows, for their movement, or anything that your spacecraft is going to pick up. Like that. And there are two more cows, so I'm just quickly going to add some more movement. So this one will be at 40 seconds. Again, I'm going to click on perform. It goes up. Click on the perform, come out of it, add a keyframe over there. And then we around 50 seconds, add another keyframe. The cow goes inside the spacecraft and became smaller like that. Give a little rotation to the cat on its path, and it's complete. And same way, the fourth one. Now let's be a little playful with this one, and it's going to move a little, more over here. So this has been going up and then coming down, and then going up and then coming down. It's trying to run like that. So now I'm going to add the keyframe. And maybe at 65 quickly it is going to go inside the spacecraft, reducing the size and coming back. Let's play and see. And then just zoop, and it goes straight up. No movement, no rotation. So that is what. And now I want all the cows to be invisible once they are inside the spacecraft. So for that, what we need to do is we have to go to the layer of the spacecraft, the track, going to click on it, drag and drop it above the cows. There you go. So now the cows, once they go inside the spacecraft, they go inside. You won't be able to see them here above the spacecraft. Now the next movement is over here. Once the spacecraft captures all the cows in the farm, the light is going to go back inside, and then we have to give a quick movement for the spacecraft to go out of the scene. Right, so let's see what point. Okay, this is around 65 seconds. This is around 65 seconds. So the light. Let's go back to the layer where we have the light. Around 65 seconds. Now I want this to again quickly go inside or just beam in. Click on the perform button and gone. So let's check that little movement if that has been captured or not. And there you go. Okay. So around 68 seconds, this has been done. So now let's move on to the spacecraft track, which is here. So around 68 seconds, the spacecraft will again, move a little, and there. Now again, I want to add keyframes over here. So let's click over here, Go to move and scale. Add a keyframe over there. Now bring the spacecraft over here. But the cow stays over there. Okay, so we need to make the cow layers smaller, so that we will do. Add a keyframe over, and the size will be smaller. Add a keyframe over here. A little after that, the spacecraft will go here. Oh, and it's going to rotate a little. Let's move it. So it came from this direction, right? So I'll take it to that direction only. The size will become a little bigger. It will rotate. And around 89 seconds, it's going to go out. Out. Okay, let's check. Getting bigger and going up. Now let's make the cow layers smaller. Now I want the trees also to move because of a lot of action going on over here. There is a lot of air and everything. So let's go to the tree. And for the tree, once the spacecraft is here and the light is out, I'm going to go to the warp tool, click on the ready button, and just going to give it a little movement like this. And once the light goes, the movement of the tree will also stop. Same way, let's come to this tree layer. Where is the other tree? Here. Same thing. Click on perform, go to warp. Let's start giving it a little animation over here. Now, once the job of the spacecraft is done, I want the moon to also glow. And so I want this moon to be out of this group now. So for that, I'm just going to click on it, drag and drop it outside the group. You can close the group and you will see the moon is over here. I'm going to add another track on top of it. And I'm going to go to the draw and paint mode once, like here. Okay, at this point, so I'm going to go to draw and paint mode. I want to use the same color, a little lighter color than this. So like that. Going to airbrush, soft. Oops. Okay, now let's add that glow. Like that. Going to soften it a little bit. Color pick this one more time. So I'm kind of forming a swirl kind of pattern here. Like that. And now I want this to actually keep on increasing as it as the spacecraft moves. So click on done. And now here, if you will see, we have only one frame which has that little drawing here. There you go. Now I want it to be from this point. Let's fill the duration so you will see it everywhere. So what I want here is like, let's click on the perform button. I'm making it really small. Click on the perform. It gets a selection around it and it's going to go bigger. Like that. This is what I want it to work. So click on the perform button and let's record this. think I should undo. It should be a little more slower. Maybe this will start at around, yeah, this point here. There. There you go. Where is the moon? Nicely done. Okay. Now I want some stars also. Throughout the animation, I want some stars. So let's click on this, add another track. Let's go to draw and paint. And let's add some stars. We'll go to monoline. Let's enter the flipbook mode. And just let's add some stars. Okay, here you cannot set the brush size, so we'll just remember this. This is around 8%. Right? Let's click on plus. Oh, not plus. Let's click on duplicate. And let's erase some of these and add a few more. So then they will give you a little blinky effect. Erase a few and add a few. I'm just going to do that one more time and then we'll just stretch it and let's let it fill the duration. So let's click on done and you will see a few of these are formed. So now if you will play, see how beautiful that looks. But then I want this to be throughout the length of the animation. So first is, let's click on this, timeline edit. I'm going to select all of them. I'm going to group them. Then I'm going to duplicate them and duplicate. Let's just keep on doing that. Like this. So let's select a big number of groups and duplicate. One more time. Let's click on them. I'm going to group them and then duplicate. So here I'm not getting the option of, fill the layer. I just need to keep on grouping them and then duplicating them. It takes a lot of time, but okay. So this is how the final animation will look. If you like this video, do consider to like this video, to subscribe my channel, because yes, I'm going to create more animations over here and I'm going to create more tutorials based on those animations that I'm going to do. So this is a learning process for myself and I'm sharing that process with all of you who wants their drawings to come alive. So with this, I'm going to end this video here and I'll see you in the next video. Bye-bye.